Shareef, good morning, man. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Doing good,
very
man.
well, man. Hyped to talk to you.
Yeah, we are, man. It's very excited to talk to you. We saw you down here during the Ole Miss game during your official visit. I told you then that you looked great in purple and gold. What was it about the LSU staff that pushed them over the top that made you decide to get back to Baton Rouge where your dad dominated?
When I got there, I just immediately felt like I was at home. A lot of the LSU fans and the staff and the players, they all just treated me like I've been there for a very long time, even though that was one of my few times visiting Louisiana. I've only been to Louisiana a few times. That was like my third or fourth time, and I felt like I was home. Trendon was my host on the visit, so he did a great job, and I've known Trendon for a long time, and then he was just telling me, he's like, this is the place for you.
Okay.
He's telling me that I should have gone here. I've known Javante for a long time. His people were telling me that I should have started off at LSU, but I mean, I'm glad I'm there now. I'm glad everything worked out, and I'm here now.
Now you got to recruit Trendon back.
Yeah, I know. I've been talking to him. I've been talking.
I'm talking to Shareef O'Neal here on Off the Bench. Reef, one thing I want to ask you about, you never quite know how dads react to this kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, maybe your dad pushed LSU, maybe didn't, do whatever. What was your old man's news when you told him that you were thinking about coming down to Baton Rouge?
He kind of was, because he always told me to go to LSU. Ever since I was in middle school, he's like, if you want to go to LSU, you can go. And I was like, nah, I'm not really going. And then when I told him I'm going to LSU, he's like, what I tell you a few years ago? We just laughed about it. But he was really excited. He was super excited.
Wait, I thought that video in the kitchen from the other day, I thought that was him just getting hyped after you broke the news.
Yeah, and I told him when I signed, he was doing a podcast, so I couldn't really tell him right away. So I think when he was taking a break from his podcast, he scrolled on Instagram and saw it. He called me like, you were going to tell me? And then we kind of bumped heads a little bit this morning. I'm like, I didn't want to bother your podcast, and then we just laughed it off. But yeah,
so you're a big time
he's
hooper.
really excited.
Yeah, he is. You could tell by his reaction on social media. But you're a big time hooper in LA, and obviously he's a dominant presence in that city for what he accomplished with the Lakers. You feel his presence in Baton Rouge just when you step into the city. When you get on campus, he's got statues. His jerseys up in the rafters. Is there a part of you that plays? Is there a release in playing and kind of releasing that and getting out from under his shadow and playing?
When I was younger, I kind of believed in the whole living under a shadow thing, but I kind of feel like now it's not really. I feel like it's kind of just what other people want to see, and a lot of people saw what he did when he was in college in the NBA. And then obviously they're going to put that on me and obviously my little brother too. But I mean, I kind of don't believe in that. I kind of just go out there and play my own game. Try as long as I'm making my parents happy and I'm making myself happy. That's all that matters to me. So I'm just out there trying to make it happy and show the world what I can do in this basketball game.
Shareef O'Neal joining us here, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Alexandria, one of the jewels of LSU's basketball recruiting class, coming in as a top 5 class. And in talking to the coaching staff about you, Shareef, they say your game fits what they're doing perfectly. That pick and pop on offense and the way that they maybe go into this zone matchup on defense, you seem to be a perfect fit in what they're trying to do. When you see their scheme on the floor, how do you see yourself fitting in?
When I went to watch them play against the Ole Miss game, I just immediately I was like, I feel like I could. When I was sitting in the crowd, I was like, I feel like I can go in there and kind of run their system the way they do, and I feel like it's just kind of the perfect system that I could fit in. And my dad, he coached my AAU team for a couple of years, and that's kind of the same way he coached our team. He kind of just let us all have our freedom and play our game, and let the big men play like guards and let the guards do their thing, and everyone just was happy being able to play their game. No one was restricted from doing anything. But, I mean, I feel like that's just the perfect way for me to play, just like the stretch forward kind of game style. So we're going to see.
And so you mentioned kind of the stretch four and the big men playing like guards. And, to me, I'm 31. this all still feels relatively new, right? This new age of almost positionless basketball.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you grew up in this, or is this something that you too have had to just learn through high school and now college?
I feel like one year just kind of clicked. Like I feel like when in middle school, all the way up until about ninth grade, it was the if you're tall, you're going to be in one of the bigger positions.
Yeah.
Then in 10th grade, my dad was like, you're like a guard, but you're just taller. He's like, just play like a guard. So then he's like, watch KD, watch Tracy McGrady, watch Magic Johnson, and then he just make me watch all these people, countless hours of watching them, and then I kind of just flipped my whole switch and kind of just stuck to the guard gameplay over the big guy gameplay because my dad, he's a strong guy. I'm not the same muscle build as him, but I feel like I have a lot of things that he might not have had, like more athleticism, the speed, like a little bit more skill, but he had the footwork, the muscle, and he just would body people down low. So I kind of just
he was big, he's giant,
just a bully, Shareef, just
yeah,
a big bully.
Exactly.
So Reef, you told me you're working out with him in about 20 minutes. Take me through a workout with your dad. What's that like? What are you guys working on?
Well, we have a court. We're down here in Florida. We have a court here we work out on, but at first we'll do a pretty long bike ride, just kind of keep our wind up. He'll do it with us, me, him, my little brother. He makes us do a lot of push-ups, and then the basketball workouts are just like constant shooting drills, just making sure our touch is still there, a lot of dribbling drills. He kind of trains me and my little brother a little differently. He's a little bit harder, my little brother, because he's the youngest, but a lot of drills, a lot of work just perfecting our craft.
Shareef,
hold on, real quick. Free throw contest. Who's winning that out of the three of y'all?
Oh, me or my little brother is definitely gonna win. My dad, he claims he'll cheat the game a little bit. If he misses, he'll say it doesn't count. He'll try to get another shot. But me, I'll take that. I'll take that competition.
Will Wade and his crew has changed the culture of the LSU basketball program in the short time that they've been here. If the season would have stayed moving and stayed alive, they'd have gone to back-to-back tournaments in the first time in over 20 years. As just being a big-time recruit and somebody that everybody in the country wanted, what made LSU stand out from that aspect, from what they're building in a culture standpoint?
Getting away from my dad going there, like even if my dad didn't go there, LSU would have still been one of a good option for me. I've heard a lot about how they build their culture, and just from talking to the players that I grew up knowing, they're like, they'll love it here. He's like, we're all a family. Everybody got along really well. The coaches got along with the players like they were a part of the team, and I just saw that, and I just never seen something like that before. Usually it's kind of like players hang out with players. They have a good bond with the coaches, but it's not like as good as the players. But here I saw that the coaches and players were just like one big family, and I just like that. I feel like that's where I work best, when like we all trust each other and we all are around each other constantly, and we treat each other like family.
Shareef, Jordy mentioned it coming in. I got to ask you about it, man, but just the scary experience of your freshman year. I was reading that you said you weren't feeling well, and they attached you to a heart monitor, and all of a sudden you have to have heart surgery. Like, was there ever a time where you thought that maybe you'd never be able to play basketball again?
Yeah, there was a long thought of that. I kind of just, there was a lot of just open mind thinking. I was just terrified for a very long time. I was just thinking, I was like, I could have really lost my life just waking up, going to practice one day or going to a game. My mom and dad wouldn't have even gotten to say bye to me. I was just another day playing basketball. So I was just like blessed to be able to get that caught by the trainer at UCLA. And, I kind of did think I wasn't going to be able to play basketball again. I was kind of scared to get back. My first day, I was just very hesitant. I didn't want to move at all because I was just terrified.
Yeah.
And I kind of just forced myself past it. I had a lot of talks just with with professionals and people who knew my situation better than I did. They would tell me I'm okay, and it took a lot of okays and a lot of you'll be fine just for me to start dribbling and shooting again without being scared. So I'm glad I can still get through that, and it's still kind of hard to overcome. You know,
Yeah,
I still think
no
about
doubt.
it every single day, and I'm just trying to get over the mental part of it still, and I feel like it'll be over soon, so I'll get past that.
Wow, man, that's a testament to strength
No,
right
that
there for a
goes,
young
dude.
kid, man.
Yeah.
That's an incredible testimony right there. You wore 22 at UCLA. Nobody can wear 33 at LSU. What number will you wear in purple and gold?
I did decide to change my number. I mean, I'm if Trendon leaves, I'm gonna try to take his number 2. I like the number 2,
Like that. I like
but
that.
I'll probably do 32, if
Nice.
that.
Hell yeah, dude.
Nice. Little ode to your dad in Los Angeles and Miami.
I had the 32.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
Growing
30.
up.
Well, he's 34 in Los Angeles. He was 32
Yeah, he
in
was 34
Orlando.
in LA, but
Yeah.
32 in Orlando.
I know this is a tough question, but Kobe Bryant, the morning that he passed away, him reaching out to you and you putting that on
Mhm.
social media and what he meant, and your dad telling that story about the NBA MVP trophy that he gave you, that your dad and Kobe shared in Los Angeles. I know that this is a tough question, but just what Kobe meant to you and hearing from him on that tragic day.
It was just that day was crazy because like the whole setup of that day it just made it like 10 times more emotional because I was with my friend Josh. We were on the way to go watch Gigi play against my little sister. Like that was we were
Jesus.
literally on the way. Like everybody was on the way to see that game. Like Shaq's daughter versus Kobe's daughter. Like that's
Wow.
just something people wanted to see. And then my mom calls and she's crying and like she's like I couldn't really understand it. She's like they canceled all the games, blah blah blah. She's like stay at home. So we're sitting at home and I just keep seeing it pop up on my phone and I'm just like I just was so shocked. I just didn't know what to do. We kind of panicked. We all kind of panicked. Everyone in my family. It was just really emotional. And then I wish I was with my dad at the time, but my little brother was with him, so he was looking after him, but I was looking after my mom and my sisters and all that. But it was just a very emotional day, and I was just kept looking at my phone, waiting to see if it was fake, to see if he would answer me. And I just I lost it. We all I feel like the whole world just kind of
Yeah.
froze for a couple of days, and it was just really insane. I still don't even believe it to this day.
Yeah.
man.
And I'm sure you'll never get over it because of the personal relationship you had. But even today, as somebody just watching him, it's still like you said. It's so unreal to say out loud that he's gone, man.
Yeah.
He was invincible on the court.
Reef, Baton Rouge, the LSU faithful, everybody who cheers for the purple and gold is so fired up that you're going to be playing in the Pete Maravich Assembly Center for the next couple of seasons. It was a joy to speak to you this morning. Best of luck in getting to Baton Rouge. Stay healthy and tell your pops what's up, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys a lot. I hope you guys are being healthy over there too. Thank you.
You got it, man.
Thank
We'll
you
see
so
you
much,
soon.
Reef.
There he is, Shareef
Yep.
O'Neal.